Hey everybody, this is the Sliders Review. So the next Avengers movie that has to do with Kang has changed his name. And the reason for the name change is very odd. So basically, with the whole Jonathan Majors drama, we all know Disney let him go. Now, I'm not here to get into all the drama or the detail, what he did and this stuff like that. And in no way, shape, or form am I defending him. But I find it very odd the reason why they changed Avengers Kang Dynasty's name. Apparently, a person who works for them said that they changed the name long before all the Jonathan Majors drama. They said because of Ant-Man Quantumania, they felt that the audience just wasn't feeling Kang, and that they decided to change the name and get rid of the character altogether. One, I think this is a load of BS and I don't believe them. I think they're trying to skirt around the matter because, like, we've all heard the rumors that, they was looking for other actors to fill the void. Also, why just get rid of this villain? Marvel has never done that since they became the MCU. Every villain that has come up, they have done something with them in the future. If they did not die, then they was used in some other capacity. They was brought back somewhere down the line. They just don't get rid of their villains and stuff unless they're dead. And why get rid of a major villain like this? Also, if they're gonna put the blame, like, wow, blame the black guy and everything. If they're gonna put the blame on stuff, maybe, just maybe, did they stop to think, Ant-Man Quantumania just wasn't that good of a movie. Did they ever stop to ask the question of, fans really just don't like Ant-Man that much? If you was to ask a person who is your least favorite Avenger, Ant-Man will either be at the bottom of the list or second to the bottom of the list. That's an Avenger and stuff. I ain't talking about all these new people like Miss Marvel or She-Hulk and that, because they haven't joined yet. But I'm talking about the ones that actually are on the team. Hawkeye is normally, did I say Hawkman before? I hope I didn't. Hawkeye is normally at the bottom of the list, next to that of Ant-Man. Let's face it, the Ant-Man movies have not been very well received. The first one was enjoyable and had some laughs. The second one was just irritating and annoying. And the third was way too ambitious for Ant-Man. If they would have listened to comic book fans, they would have listened to that one important question we have all asked. Why in the world is Ant-Man fighting Kang by himself? They're not connected in the comics, and Kang is way too powerful for that dude. It don't make sense, especially for this version of Ant-Man. He ain't no Hank Pym. Maybe Hank Pym had a little bit more of a chance, but not much. And this version of Hank Pym in the MCU is old. And, when it comes to this version of Ant-Man and this version of the Wasp, fans just aren't really feeling both of them that much. They're looked at like laughing stocks. Their movies are looked at more comedic. When the second Ant-Man came out after that of the Infinity War movie, or no, what was it? What was it called? Endgame. After Endgame, fans were just kind of like, oh, okay, this would probably cheer us up after all the losses we've had in Infinity War and Endgame, and because this is a comedy movie, that's what people see it as. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't a very good movie. Did they ever stop to think that, fans just aren't interested in Quantumania, and that's probably what killed Quantumania, and it had nothing to do with Kang? Because if you listen to all the reviews, if you read the comments, The majority of people will say that Jonathan Majors Kang was the best part of Quantum Mania. But oh no, they're trying to skirt around this and say that Kang is the problem and they've been trying to get rid of him all along. Really? Really? Well, if that's true, then why was Miss Marvel in the Marvels? A lot of people don't like her. Then why is Captain America, not Captain Marvel? Why is Captain Marvel still a major thing in the MCU? People have voiced their opinion. They don't really like Brie Larson as Captain Marvel. They really don't like Captain Marvel. They really don't like the movies. So why is she still here? Have you ever stopped and thought about that? I mean, and I can keep going on and on. So why are they putting the blame on Kang? It's not his fault. They're just trying to get around this Jonathan Majors thing. They didn't fire him quick enough. And then once that verdict came in, then they got rid of him. And then they're all like, what are we gonna do now? Like, what are we gonna do now? If we recast, then that might piss people off. And so they're kind of like, oh, let's just get rid of him. Like, why not? But the thing is, people do care about Kang. I do. Like, ever since the animated series, I thought he was a cool villain and everything. Like, he was just a really cool villain. He's a cool villain in the comics. And both the animated series, he was a cool villain. And he would have been phenomenal if done right in the MCU. His power set needs to be fully established. Like, what exactly can he do? Time travel would be a whole lot better, but they're doing the multiverse thing. And so, and of course, there is no Fantastic Four yet, and he would be better suited with them. But no, they became ambitious and gave him to a director who has not been able to cook very well in the MCU. Look, I think his name was Peyton Reed. Look, with all due respect to him, the man made Bring It On, and Bring It On is an awesome movie. But this man can't cook when it comes to action in the MCU. His action scenes are very lackluster. And whenever I see Ant-Man on screen, I'm not jumping for joy. You know, like, it took me a long time to watch Quantum Mania because I simply just didn't feel like it. It took me a long time to watch the second one because I simply didn't feel like it. And, you know, I just don't see why they're trying to use Kang as an scapegoat. Just say you don't want to have to deal with the whole Jonathan Majors thing and recast him. So who exactly is going to be our big bad now for these Avengers movie? You screwed up the Skrulls. You screwed up the Super Skrull. All right, you've screwed up other villains that y'all have gotten rid of, like you got rid of Loki and everything. Who is left as a major threat in the Marvel universe? You know, who is, like, seriously? You're gonna need somebody for, like, the Avengers to come in and take care of business. And the Avengers we have left, all these new people, most of them are just, like, you know, human using human tech, or just basically boring people and stuff. Like, the new lineup is very boring and stuff like that. Like, let's see who we have left. We have Sam Wilson's Captain America. We got them Thunderbolt people that I could care less about their movie. We have Captain America. I could care less about hers. And Miss Marvel is not. I say Captain America. Captain Marvel. Anyway, nobody cares about her. Miss Marvel. It seems like she's going on over to the Young Avengers. We have a retired Hawkeye, and I could care less about him. Wanda's dead. Vision has disappeared, but oh, the actor said he's coming back. We have Shang-Chi, and he hasn't been seen in a very long time. We have She-Hulk, and nobody cares about her. If they couldn't make Miss Marvel work both on, like, the streaming service and the movies, then what hope do they have for She-Hulk, man? And I can't think of anybody else. Oh, wait, there's War Machine, but you know, he was born in like, you know, that Secret Invasion thing. Tom Holland, we don't know what the world's going on with him and his Spider-Man. You know? And it's just like we have the blonde Black Widow lady. But like other than that, like who cares? Just reboot the MCU. This is what should have happened after Endgame. Many people have said this. I have said this. They should have rebooted, either recast all their heroes or bring back the ones that are dead and just tell different stories y'all didn't tell before. That so hard? You didn't have to continue this cinematic universe because the people you got left aren't doing anything for anybody. Oh wait, there's Thor, but who knows what's going on with him? You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, I think this is a load of BS. I don't believe a word they're saying. I don't believe the reason is for the name change is because of like, you know, people wasn't feeling like Kang. Yes, they was. Like, yes, they was. People just wasn't feeling the movie. I mean, just come out and say, hey, look, it's Jonathan Majors. We want nothing to do with that. We want to get away from that. Fine. I don't care. Recast him for the love of God. You know, just recast the character. Because is Galactus gonna be like the big bad guy? Well, we got a long time for that to happen. Is Doctor Doom still got a long time for that to happen? And so it's like, you know, I just think it's really like crappy of them to blame a villain that people was very much invested in and still are because it's been trending for the longest time, and people are literally just saying recast the role. Just like Black Panther recast T'Challa. It is not difficult. If you can recast War Machine all because of a pay dispute, then you can recast. If you can recast Thunderbolt Ross because of a death, then you can recast. All right? And if you can recast him, you can recast T'Challa. I ain't talking about the little kid version and stuff. Oy. Alrighty, well, I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.